My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist, and what do we have here? Hit subscribe right now, by the way. We are on our way to 120,000 subscribers. We're almost at 116,000. Ex-CIA head Brennan. Trump's worldview does not represent American ideals. Let's go ahead and let's do the Brennan. My Brennan imitation or impression. Your wrong-headed protectionist policies and antics are damaging our global standing, as well as our national interests. 270% tariffs on U.S. dairy farmers. From Trudeau in Canada and Canadian dairy farmers, or the government there, imposes output quotas and regulates the price, and there's a system there very similar to central planning in the Soviet Union, where they just, within that sector, they not only engage in tariffs to ensure it's protected, but they pretty much do away with any free market fundamentals. And it's everything from the output to what they sell the dairy and poultry for is regulated by the state. And so that's against our national interest to address that issue during trade talks. Interesting. Your wrong-headed protectionist policies. But Trudeau's good protectionist policies? Is that what Brennan's talking about? This is not even that big of it. It's not a big issue. It's just dairy is a huge segment or sector within the food industry, obviously, or an important sector, I should say. But it's not like, we're not talking about nuclear disarmament, which, by the way, Trump will meet Kim Jong-un, another great achievement from Trump. But John O'Brien, your wrong-headed protectionist policies and antics are damaging our global standing, as well as our national interests. Your worldview does not represent American ideals, except the ideals of our farmers. So Brennan's really lost it. He lost it a long time ago. To allies and friends, and he makes an appeal to the G7 nations as if they care about his dumb Twitter account. Be patient. Mr. Trump is a temporary aberration. What? A temporary? Are you threatening him? Secret Service. A temporary aberration. He's going to win in 2020, and Democrats are going to get crushed as usual in the midterms. The America you once knew will return. The America that destroyed Libya, that invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, destroyed Libya under Obama. The America that allowed Hillary Clinton to use an unencrypted private server. Now they're like, John Kelly's phone was hacked. Did he have special access program intelligence, John Kelly? No, but his phone was hacked. Well, did he use a private unencrypted server to store top secret intelligence? No, but guess what? His phone was hacked and it was the same thing. It's the same thing. Don't you know? It's all morally relative. No Democrat did he delete 30,000 emails before retroactive classification. Did he store top secret intelligence? Did he transfer top secret intelligence somehow through Cybernet, JWICs, and SCIFs? No, but his phone was hacked. Okay, this is a profanity alert. Do not listen if you don't want to hear profanity. Okay, you disgruntled, fucking, sad, pathetic fool. Democrats. You are going to try to go ahead and make everything morally relative before the IG report exposes your ass. But once your ass is exposed, we're going to find out that McCabe's going to flip and sing. It's not going to be Manafort. Oh, what is it, like this weekend? 20th. Mueller indicts the 20th person. Look, when I was saying Clinton would be indicted, and she will be indicted eventually, she will be indicted. I've written about this in The Hill, the Huffington Post Salon. The Hill have had great articles published regarding this issue. But when she gets indicted, they're not going to know what to do with themselves. But until the Inspector General report comes out, they're going to try to say everything's morally relative. And, by the way, you look at the indictments. When I was saying, I get to my point, my brain is racing too fast. When I was saying that Clinton would get indicted, I wouldn't then be happy if Uma Abedin was sent to jail for parking tickets. I wouldn't say, haha, you see, I'm vindicated. What's up? I'm vindicated. She parking ticket. Yeah, parking ticket. She didn't pay her parking ticket. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you see, the Clinton criminal empire is completely crashing down. I've been vindicated. No, I wouldn't say that. Okay, true, Anthony Weiner was sexting pictures of his wiener and all that stuff. But I've been vindicated because we found out the extent of her criminality. 18 classified emails on Anthony Weiner's computer, special access program intelligence on her server. We find out she didn't know what the C meant. Peter Strzok deleted 5 references of gross negligence. Comey exonerated her before her interview. All of these things, the Inspector General report, will also vindicate me and you. But the point is, when they say 20 indictments, Mueller, this is a corrupt criminal empire. Regarding Trump? Regarding everyone around Trump who did a lot of bad things. Regarding Russia? No, not, yeah, kind of. Yeah, well, we know there's something there. That Trump did? That Trump did with Russia? Money laundering. Trump is a money launderer. Where? You mean like cash flow to the Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal? That's in the verbatim New York Times article. One guy on Twitter actually had to delete. He was like hardcore, like, Hillary voter. He had to delete his comments to me because I was just quoting from the New York Times article. He's like, they didn't have export licenses, fool. And I'm like, they circumvented that by using the export licenses of shipping companies to ship uranium outside the U.S. Well, where? And I said, to Canada. That's not Moscow. Yeah, but the Russian company that now owns U.S. uranium, 20% of U.S. uranium capacity, in the New York Times article, actually was able to ship that without export licenses, using the export licenses of trucking companies, into Canada. And from there, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission said, well, we think that most came back to the U.S. Most, not all. So best case scenario, of course, most did not. But let's say best case scenario, most came back. Some yellowcake uranium is still in Canada, which Rosatom and Uranium One at that point could have done anything with. So using logic, basic logic, after all of everything that's transpired, they already got the uranium. They circumvented the export licenses. They shipped it to Canada. They can ship it to Moscow or anywhere in the world because they own it. And they shipped it out of the country. And they used the actual New York Times article, Cash Flow to Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal, 2015. But let's focus on Trudeau and Brennan. Oh, you don't know. The Canadian milk is far superior to our milk. They don't have really bad things in their milk like we do. Therefore, the 270% tariff is totally warranted. Trump is a bad person. Very bad person for bringing that up and helping Wisconsin farmers. He is a crazy man for doing that. He should be like Obama and Bush. He should shake hands and be nice and allow people to engage in tariffs while we pontificate about free trade. Because, we're big and strong. And Trudeau is a nice little boy. He's a beautiful man. He's a sexy man. Trudeau is very sexy. There's something about him that even me, John O'Brennan, finds intriguing. Could it be his gentle demeanor? Could it be the fact that he's so woke? That he's a feminist, that he loves women? I don't know, but I will tell you this. Trump is abrasive, and Trump is crude, and he's boorish. And I will not stand for that. I would much rather have a more genteel Justin Trudeau. John O'Brien. By the way, if you want me to testify against McCabe, let me know. I'll go ahead and do that. Just let me know. I already know Comey wants to. And if you want me to testify against Clapper, let me know. I don't know what Sally Yates sees in him. She was my girl. So that's Brennan in all his glory. These people, they don't even know. They're too stupid to realize they're losing. So former CIA Director John Brennan blasted President Trump in a tweet Sunday for his attacks on Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. when you have Brennan, oh my God. It's like, oh my goodness. Trump is just too much to handle. There's no way to. The ridiculous outrage from people. And it's just, Brennan is the poster child. Brennan and Comey and McCabe and Clapper. The Democratic Party has gotten in bed with an intelligence community that will eventually, and you can already see it taking place, turn on them. And they think that people care. They think that people respect John Brennan or respect Comey. Nobody respects them. They just care about what they potentially know regarding Trump if they don't like Trump. But Washington Examiner, ex-CIA director, so the Hill article is below. Let's put the Hill articles below. Ex-CIA head Brennan, worldview does not represent American ideals. But again, it's a little bit, they're running on 2016 software, 2016 propaganda software. America's ideals, farmers are synonymous with America. You know, farmers are important, especially in terms of the national consciousness, the American consciousness. Farmers, self-reliance, food, farms, that is an American ideal. And you have Senator Rand Paul, by the way. Brennan must testify on Spygate. So what he's trying to do is grow a base of support. And they're all trying to grow a base of support. Satan can come out up from hell and be like, oh, by the way, I know about Trump, and let me go ahead and tell you what I know. And they'll be like, Satan's a bad guy, but let's retweet him. Democrats, they don't care. Satan, sure, Prince of Darkness, cause of all evil on the planet in history. But you know what? He has a point. Satan has a point. Okay, he's not perfect. He's not like Clinton, not perfect. He's flawed. But he doesn't like Trump. So let's go ahead and retweet him. That's the same thing they do with Brennan, Comey, Clapper, all of them. The Democratic Party doesn't care. This is really quickly. Because, of course, the public relations polls, it was at 3 points, then it was like, oh my goodness, back up to 7 points. I find it very difficult to believe after this week, the Inspector General report and the meeting with Kim Jong-un, that these polls are not going to go right back to Republicans. Midterm polls. Okay, so... All right. All right, so 2018 generic congressional vote. Oh, of course. Democrats 7.6 up. But you have to understand, this is hilarious, okay? This is just hilarious. So they were only 3 points up, 3.2 points up. About 3 points up. What, like last week? Not even. June 2nd. Yeah, last week, okay. Then from that point, and this is, like the polls, they're skewed towards the Washington Post, CNN type of coverage. So when they realize, hey, wait a second, it's not working out. Like the average person is kind of not really caring about all the propaganda. Then it's suddenly they care. 10 points, 11 points up. Democrats 9 points up. Then you get that buffer of the congressional vote. Oh, well, look, and then it's going to go right back down again. Polls are about momentum. The momentum here is not with Democrats because they're not holding on to any leads. Any lead dwindles with Democrats, and that says something. And they're not going to win the House, and they're not going to win the Senate. And I was saying on this channel in 2016, November 9th, go ahead and watch my segments on November 9th, 2016. I was saying that if Democrats don't change fundamentally, having just a complete paradigm shift, you are not going to go ahead. Trump's going to win again. And I've been saying Trump's going to win, and now Romney is saying that. Now you have people here and there saying, oh, yeah, Trump's probably going to win again. I was saying that when people were saying on YouTube channels, and, oh, yeah, he's not going to make his... He's going to resign, the Russia thing's going to knock him out, yeah. I was saying that, no, that's not the case. He's going to win. But give me your thoughts below. John Brennan apparently doesn't mind 270% tariff on U.S. dairy by Canada. And we can just go real quickly. A guide to understanding the dairy dispute. Like I said in my last segment, this is the wonderful free trade. Justin Trudeau. Supply management is a uniquely Canadian regime that governs virtually every aspect of milk, chicken, and egg production. The system depends on 3 pillars: a tariff wall to block imports, that's not free trade, strict quotas that determine how much each farmer can produce, and fixed prices paid to producers. That's not capitalism. The system was created in the 1970s to help stabilize farmers' incomes. But as the food industry has gone global, supply management has faced mounting internal and external pressures, including persistent trade complaints from... Is it just Trump? Brennan? Donald Brennan, I'm talking to you. Is it just Trump? Is it just the U.S.? No, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. The World Trade Organization has ruled that the high price paid to Canadian farmers are subsidies, making export very difficult. For Canadian consumers, supply management also means consistently higher retail prices for dairy, chicken, and eggs. Doesn't even help the Canadian people. So that's Trump's fault. If Canada, Canada has better products. Well, then that should be easier to sell abroad. The milk is more pure and hormone free or whatever. Well, if that's the case, then it should be easier to sell, right? You can't hide behind free market talking points and free trade talking points and then say, well, wait a second, when we engage in tariffs, it's because we really need to, and you guys do unfair things also. That's not what this is all about. It's a dispute and it's a trade issue that Trump has brought to the table because farmers in Wisconsin and other Midwest states have said, hey, enough is enough, and bordering states with Canada, enough is enough. We want to go ahead and protect our products just like the Canadians do. And again, like I said, I don't fault Justin Trudeau or the Canadian government for protecting their farmers. It is a good thing. Go ahead and protect your farmers. But then just understand that even when Donald Brennan gets upset or tries to defend Trudeau, he's not defending. He has no right to defend anything because what they're doing is the antithesis of this, love of free trade. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. Subscribe to this YouTube channel right now. And also, if you're into the Second Amendment and firearms, my channel is growing. It's almost at 4,000 subscribers. HA Second Amendment, my new channel. This channel is at over 115,000. We're on our way to 120,000. Subscribe here. And if you're interested in the Second Amendment, and you're interested in just watching me enjoy safely and responsibly abiding by YouTube policies, all different types of firearms, go to HA's Second Amendment below in the pinned comment, and I try out I really enjoy it in a Smith & Wesson 9mm M&P. And I'm going to be looking forward to some really cool footage of a really wonderful rifle at the rifle range very soon. Give me your thoughts at HA's Second Amendment. So subscribe if you're interested in the Second Amendment and firearms. Give me your thoughts. Share this segment everywhere. Thank you so much for listening.